Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today is Friday Freebie Day. Now we are on number 138. So this is, it doesn't match last week, so it's just a sort of a randomy one that I've done. And I thought I'd do some sort of like, it did start out as thinking about doing sort of like little collage pieces, which you can use them for, or you can use them as little journal cards or things like that, whatever you like. But I've made a few little bits up. So we've got like a little postcard here with some lovely roses on, a piece of ephemera on here with some roses, sort of like got a rose theme to it, which I think looks lovely. And then I've got two words, which is thank you and believe. So you can, you know, obviously do whatever you like with them. You can make some tags or anything. So I'm going to show you what I have done, and then I'm going to add them into our Friday Freebie book. And I think it looks really pretty, a really pretty one. So I'm going to just show you what I've done. I've made this little sort of a booklet today. I was just having a little sort of like play, and it ended up like this, but I'm not going to make another one because I don't really need another one. So I'm going to add the bits into the book as this sort of the same sort of like layout. So it would be sort of like a page layout, which will be nice. So all as I've done, I've made a little booklet. Now this is 9 3/4 inches this way, which is about 25 centimeters. And then we've got 6 inches this way, which I believe is about 15 centimeters, isn't it? Yes, which is about 15 centimeters. And then what I've done, I've just on the piece of card, it's just a piece of card that I've used, coffee stain card, and I've just used a random piece of paper on the other side because I didn't want to leave it as a sort of like card. So this is what I was using in my long or my tall thin journal that I'm making. So I've just added that sort of like, and it comes across this little bit, just a little bit like that. So I have made a little booklet out of the postcard, and what I've done, I've just stapled it together. So I've just folded it in half, folded in some scrap pieces of paper, and then just popped a little staple in the middle. And then you've got like a little booklet, and I just think that looks really lovely. And I've made a pocket out of this one. I have added some of my butterflies because I haven't used those for ages, with a little bit of cheesecloth, of course, underneath. And again, we've got the word believe and a butterfly and some cheesecloth. And this one I have just made into a pocket, and I've got some lovely pink sort of like netting on there, which I think is lovely, and I've just added a piece to match on there. I have sewn around this one all of these little pieces, and I've printed these onto 160 GSM paper like that. But I just think it looks really lovely, and I've just the pages that I use as I've just folded in half a piece of A4 paper. I've just folded it in half, cut it in half, and then folded each half piece in half, and that's makes the pages. And then it's left this gap, which is a perfect size to pop a little velcro fastener on there, which just sticks together, and then you've got yourself a little booklet. So that's really simple, and I think it came out really nice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get our Friday Freebie book out. Now this one is got a really odd shape, if you can see. I haven't even gone halfway through it yet, and it's all, I've got so much stuff in it. So I think what I'm going to do is actually take it apart and make sort of like a few sort of like smaller signatures in it, so we can start all over again and add it up. So I will have a look into that and see what I can do. Now this was last week's, and what I have done, I stuck that on, and I've done the background on it. I've just gessoed it, and I inked it. No, I gessoed it, yeah, and then I inked it with some distress ink, and then I've added just a little bit of the Lindy's this is Looney Toony Teal, which is really nice, just a little drop around it, and I think it looks sort of like nautical, doesn't it? I think it looks really lovely, but it goes really well with that. So I wanted to try and incorporate these behind it so they will blend in really well. So we've got the blue in there, which sort of like brings it together. And what I'm going to do, I've got some of my little daisies from one of my daisy kits. Now, I'm not sure whether I did a Friday freebie with some daisies. I will have to find out. But because we've got daisies on here, I thought these might sort of like bring it all together. So I'm going to try. So I'm going to just, like we did the layout on here, you can do the layout like this on a page or similar to that. So what I'm going to do, I do like the background. So I'm just going to stick these down like that. I'm going to just stick them on, straight on. So I'm going to get something and clip this together first, just like that. So yeah, I'm going to have to take this book apart, I think. Now these papers, I've just printed it onto just a 90 GSM paper, just a normal printing paper, because I'm going to stick it down, and I don't want, this book is so thick that I didn't want it to be any thicker. So I just want to pop these on just like that, stick that down. So just to make a nice little page layout. And again, like I said, you can use these if you do collages, you can just tear them up and use them as little collage bits. And these bits you can use as little journal cards. Is that the right way around? Yes. So I'm going to leave a little gap in there because it's a little bit bigger. So like this. And then this one I thought I might just pop under on the bottom piece instead of the top. So that will fit in there like that. So I'm going to, now I haven't sewn around these pieces, I'm just going to stick them on like this. So I'm just going to go around 3 sides with a little bit of glue, pop that down, and then we've got ourselves a little side pocket like that. And then we've got this little one that just slides in there. Okay, so I think that looks nice. And what I was going to do, I was going to take one of the little daisies and just stick it just on that bottom piece like that. Yeah, just stick it just down there on the bottom, just on this sort of side. Just like that. Just so it sits in there on top. And then if you stick it just on this bit and the bottom bit, it just sort of like, you know, you can put other little bits and pieces in there as well. Okay, so this one I'm going to just overlap it like that, I think. And again, I'm going to just glue these side pieces down. Like that. Pop that on. So these are really pretty ephemera pieces as well, isn't it? Aren't they? I think I might do a little random sort of ephemera pieces in a set at some point. Right, to make a little booklet, I'm just going to fold this in half. Really, really simple. And then I've got some little bits of coffee stain paper here that I've had left over. Just going to fold those in half like that. I've got another piece like this, then we'll just pop them all in together like that. And then what I did, I put that in there like that, and then I've just chopped it off just like this, because it's only small, it's not very level. There we go. And then you've got yourself a lovely simple little book. And then I'm going to get my stapler, turn it over, then pop one little staple in. If I can hold it straight, pop one in there, there we go. And that just folds in half. Then we have our little booklet. Perfect. Let's pop a little bit of ink around the edges. Look, there we are. Make sure that's dry, and then what we can do, just lift that up, and that just slots in there. So I think that looks like a lovely little page layout, doesn't it? Now I'm going to pop a thank you on this one. I also found this is from my daisy bits and pieces that I was making, the journal. So I'm just going to pop that underneath, and I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac for this one. Let's just make sure we can get some out. My Fabri-Tac has gone very thick. I need to add a little bit of, is that going to come out? Let's pop a little hole in there. It's gone so thick because I haven't used it for so long. Just need to water it down just a little bit. Not with water, with some acetone. There we go. Pop that on there. A little bit more on here. There we go. It's coming out lovely now. Pop this little thank you. Let's just have it on the wonk. Shall we pop that like that? Doesn't that look nice? And then I'm just going to add a little daisy on there. No, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use a little bit of this. There we go. Pop that on there. Like that. I do like page layouts where they're sort of like almost like interactive, aren't they? We have little pockets and things like that. Now I've got some of my beautiful little butterflies with the blue on it. I don't want that to be in the way. We pop it just at the top. There we go. That on there. Hold that down. I do like that, and maybe we will have a little daisy up here as well. On there. There we go. That's really pretty, isn't it? So that's really simple. So that's all the bits and pieces used from the Friday freebie. Now it's number 138. I think we are on, if I can remember. But I think that's lovely, and I hope you do too. And because it's got daisies in and it's got the blue, I think that just works really well together. And again, we've got our little journaling cards in there, and on the back here as well. So you could probably put one of the daisies on there, couldn't you? Let's pop you back in there. But that looks lovely, doesn't it? And that just goes down. So all the blues make it sort of like all go together. I do like the distressed look on that as well. So there we go, guys. You can either pop it onto your page in your journal, or you can make a separate little sort of booklet journal, or you don't have to put pages in here. You could just put like little pockets and have it as like a little folder, couldn't you? Which would look really nice as well. So there we go, guys. That is your Friday freebie for this week. Do pop along to the Facebook group. I'm going to pop some links down below for where you can go and print this off. If you're new to the channel, you can go and print this off in my Facebook group, Happiness and Crafting. Pop a link below. There are other ones in there that you can print off as well. And this is what you can make. So there we go, guys. We'll have a fantastic weekend. I hope you've had a lovely week. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Alright guys, bye bye.